Atlanta and Jacksonville and London. Let's talk about it. Hey, what's going on, everybody? It's Craig Bennett, aka Cash Keg, back with an NFL Prizepicks video. Feeling a little bit better here over the last few days. Apologize for not having anything out. But hey, we got our first week 4 here NFL game over in London with Atlanta and Jacksonville. Jacksonville disappointed last week against Houston. It was crazy. But hey, going up against Atlanta here, I think they can pull this one out. I'm going to give you 2 plays on each side of the ball here. I figured I'd do a video just for this because it's kind of an island game early on Sunday morning. So I figured let's do a video and just talk about this game only, and then I'll do another video where we talk a little bit more about the full Sunday slate. But I figured let's just talk about the London game. Let's dive in. If you don't have that account, though, at PrizePicks, use that promo code CashKing and get 100% instant deposit match up to $100. Link is in the description below. Let's talk about it. All right, PrizePicks desktop is up here. Again, we're going to talk about this game in London. 9:30 Eastern Standard Time start time, so a nice early game. It'll be fun, but we're going to talk 2 plays. Let's talk the Atlanta side of the ball first. First play we like here, Bijan Robinson. Just been a stud all year. I really like this reception yards at 26.5. He's cleared it in all 3 games he has played here. And I don't think it's going to stop. Game script wise, I think they're going to get behind. I think Jacksonville, with that loss against Houston, they're going to come out and try to put some points up here early on these guys. And Atlanta just wants to run the ball here. So if they get up a couple touchdowns on Atlanta and we have to play, catch up here, even in the 3 games that Robinson's played, he's had 6, 5, and 6 targets, catching the ball 6, 4, and 4 times for, again, 27, 48, and 27. Again, game script wise, I like this for them to fall behind a little bit here, and Robinson continues to get peppered with the ball. And, if we just kind of go back and look at the last 3 weeks of running backs against Jacksonville, week 1 against Indy, Jackson had 5 balls for only 14 yards. But KC, week 2, where they were behind, McKinnon had 3 balls for 24 yards. Edwards-Helaire had 2 catches for 17 yards. And then last week, stinking Pierce, who's not really a back that catches balls a ton, caught 3 for 28. So a guy like Bijan Robinson, I think he gets 30 plus here in a game script where I think they're going to be trailing a little bit. So I really like this play. Bijan Robinson more than 26.5 reception yards. And let's just stay here and talk running backs. Let's go to Algier here, Tyler Algier. I think there's 2 different ways you can look at this. If we kind of look at last week where they just got stomped by Detroit, this doesn't have the Detroit game in here. This only has Carolina and Green Bay. So Carolina and Green Bay, he ran the ball 15 times for 75, 16 for 48. But the game against Detroit, he only ran the ball 7 times for 12 yards. And again, they kind of got stomped there pretty bad, 20-6. So if we see a negative game script like this again, I think we could see something similar. He ran the ball 7 times for 12 yards. Again, I don't know why this isn't updated, but 7 times for 12 yards. He caught 2 balls for 17 yards. Again, I think this is going to be a negative game script. So I don't think they're going to continue to pound the ball with him if they get down. Now, if you think Atlanta's going to get up in this game and Jacksonville's, a joke, then I probably wouldn't play this. But again, you got to build these, especially if you're playing a single game, you got to build these based off a game script. So I like taking less than 36.5 rush yards here. I think you could also look at less than 8.5 rush attempts. Again, he had 7 rush attempts in that game against Detroit for 12 yards. So I'm okay either one of these. I think he's going to land rush attempts wise. Robinson's going to get more and more of, the backfield here as the year goes on, I think. And so I can see him getting around, 6 to 8 carries a game, maybe 9. So I like taking less than both of these. Again, more of the negative game script where we're going to see more Bijan Robinson catch the ball in the backfield, a little less running for Algier here. So we're going to take less than 36.5 rush yards here. And then on the Jacksonville side, I think there's a couple ways we can go with this. Watching that game against Houston, Ridley just looked horrible. The last couple games he struggled quite a bit. He had a breakout game week 1 where he had caught 8 balls and 11 targets for 101 yards and a touchdown. Last 2 weeks against KC, only caught 2 balls on 7 targets for 32 yards, and then caught 3 balls for 40 yards on 7 targets, and just struggled. Ridley has a bad matchup on this game, going up against AJ Terrell here. And I think we're going to look at more of the tight ends and the slot receivers. So Evan Ingram and Christian Kirk are the ones that I'm really liking on this matchup here, just matchup wise, things over the middle. That's where I think they can get to this defense in Atlanta. So if we look at Christian Kirk here, sitting at 49.5 reception yards, this was at 48.5 when I was researching it here. So it's actually moved one, and I'm perfectly fine with that still. 48.5. We kind of look what he's done over these 3 weeks. Week 1 was, again, it was all Ridley that game. So these last 2 games, though, 14 targets. He caught 11 for 110. And then last week had 6 targets, caught 4 for 54. And again, the matchup just a little bit better here for him. He should either going against Alfred in the slot, or if he goes outside playing Flowers, which is a way better matchup than Ridley's going to get. So I like 49.5. And then same could be said for Evan Ingram here. If we kind of look at him at 46.5, I like taking more than this as well. As you can tell, very consistent target-wise, all 3 games. 5 for 49 on 5 targets, 8 targets second game, 6 for 57. And then this last game against Houston, again, 8 targets, caught ball, 7 for 67. So again, like him, they're just the better matchups for me. So if I had to pick one of the 2, I'd probably take Ingram over Kirk, but I do like both of these plays. Again, just the matchup wise, just how kind of Ridley just was struggling last game. So they want to get in the win column here. I think they're going to rely more on Kirk, Ingram, and Etienne out of the backfield. So this is what I'm kind of looking at in the four plays here for this London game. Again, I'll drop a video more for Sunday. Maybe I'll do like a 1 p.m. Sunday and then like a late Sunday, something like that. Let me know in the comments what you guys like. Try to do this for you, give you as much information as I can, and kind of build these out game script wise. Again, this is a game script play of Jacksonville getting up, Jacksonville winning this game, and Atlanta trailing most of the game, playing from behind. It's very imperative and important that when you're building slips for a single game like this, you build them out on a game script. So however you feel like the game script's going to go, that's how you have to build out your slips. So with that, again, appreciate you guys. If you want more picks and action, again, you can join us over at dailyedgesports.com. Link is in the description below. We'll have a lot of action this weekend. And again, appreciate you guys. And like always, see you on the flip side. Deuces.